And happy Wednesday. Holy hell, we haven't been live on a Wednesday in a while. And we're going to just keep going with the whole WHs for the whole hell of it. What's up, everybody? German Dave here, Canadian Dave here, Albanian Dave here, and here to do JuvEssentials on a Wednesday. And I know, Dave, I saw you giggle there. I totally butchered the pronunciation of that.
Yeah,
but
JuvEssentials? Like, we're not talking about the Torah tonight.
God damn.
What's going on?
Woo! How are you guys? How are you?
Shit, that was funny. Yeah, better now that you made it silly.
That's what I do. Because, everything else is silly, so why not make this silly?
A couple of points. I'm good. I was at the cinema, so I have the 1 liter Coke Zero to down. I watched Ballerina. You know,
A liter of cola.
Oh,
Yep.
the jazz.
It's Coke Zero, basically. Zero sugar, zero.
It's
caffeine.
a Super Troopers reference.
No.
What reference?
It's a liter of cola because they're American and their cola was a liter because they went to Canada or whatever, and they're like a liter of cola. What's a liter of cola? Because Americans are too dumb to know what a liter is. It's a joke from a movie. Guys, keep up. I know somebody in the chat, a few of you old timers in the chat for sure know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't. Sorry.
Farva.
Yep. And goddamn, Jeff. Like I haven't watched the game, but goddamn, it was our C team. Chill, man.
Kimmich? Goretzka?
Yeah,
I don't know.
but even then, Goretzka is absolutely our C team player now.
I mean, hey, Conceição like dribbled past him and looked like a star player. So,
Yeah.
But Ter Stegen showed the fuck up.
Yeah, but Ter Stegen
isn't he a fossil at this point?
He is, dude. He's up there in the 30s again, man. Neuer completely killed his career. Dude, Neuer absolutely destroyed him. Neuer retired. Ter Stegen played like a couple of months, and then Neuer said, "Hey, guess what? I return to the team," and then killed his career again.
Jeez, look at that! Like I'm looking at the German starting roster. Their striker was.
And now we have like
Voltmade.
Voltmade.
Can we get him just for the sake of the name?
That was a funny name. I did notice that.
That's Voltmade, and then
it's like between B and C team. Like it's not nowhere near clear. Hold up, let's go. I don't know. Should we make it a topic for a second? Let's go through the team.
I mean, we can. I have it pulled up. You guys had Tar,
the only starting center back, Tar, Robin Koch, and Waldemar Anton. The only starter is Jonathan Tah. Mittelstädt, maybe the only. I don't know. Depends on when on if Kimmich will play right back or defensive midfielder. Kimmich is the starter, yeah. Pavlovic, we don't know yet. He's still pretty young, so we don't know if he is the starter or whether Kimmich will play that. Like we have lots of options. Robert Andrich, for example, started in the Euros in the last summer, so there are so many options. Goretzka is normally a bench player at Bayern as well, and for us as well. Wirtz starter, Sané. I told you guys like for a while now that he is the rotational piece, him and Gnabry, and usually that would be Musiala's position, and Voltemade is a young up and comer, so I believe it was his first or second call up to the national team. Our starter is Tim Kleindienst, the guy that destroyed Italy, and Füllkrug and Voltemade are basically.
All I'm hearing is excuses. You got scored on by a midget and a 40-year-old.
I don't fucking care for the nation.
You know, I'm kind of curious though about it though. Are they gonna start glazing Ronaldo like they glaze Messi whenever Messi scores a goal?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that.
Dude, go to Instagram. Everybody glazes fucking Ronaldo right now.
I'm just wondering because like Messi like flicks a toddler and everyone, oh my god, Ballon d'Or 10 loading. I wonder if they're gonna do that with Ronaldo.
But yeah, as well, like it wasn't our best team, but Portugal played this A team, man. Like good.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes looked good. That's how you know that they were playing reserves.
Oh, it's the actual like starting lineup. So
no, I know. I'm saying like
I haven't watched the game, so I literally watched 0 minutes, no highlights. I came out of cinema, and Yeah, I'm here drinking
Again,
my Coke and just
You
watching the
you
play by
wanted
or
to
reading the play by play.
you wanted to watch the ballerina versus that game. That tells you how important this game was.
Honestly, I completely forgot that the game's today. I booked like the ballerina movie 2 weeks ago.
So what's a
And-
ballerina movie?
Yeah,
No,
the
it's
John Wick. It's a John Wick spinoff.
Anna
Oh.
de Armas is playing
Lady Wick.
ballerina that Lady Wick basically.
Oh.
That grew up with the same Russians that he grew up with and making her an assassin and all of that. And it's basically John Wick just as a female character. And yeah, he appears in the movie as
So
well.
it's woke Wick?
No, it's Hot Wick.
It's a hot Latina, man. Chill with your wokeness.
It's a Hot Wick, so
It's
they
like-
could glaze. I'm
this is-
sorry, like
Was this like
Keanu.
when they redid Ghostbusters with an all-female cast?
I haven't watched that. Sorry.
Nobody's watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was a thing. I
No,
had no idea
Nu-
that it was coming out.
Nuno Mendes is an incredible fullback, dude. He had like in this Champions League campaign, he had all the right wingers like on lock, man. Like he took Bukayo Saka. Did Saka play in the first leg or on the second or both? I believe he returned for the series, like for Arsenal. I believe he was injured and he had a couple of off games and then returned for the PSG semi-final legs.
Yeah.
And Nuno Mendes like had him on lock. He had Salah on lock like the rounds before. I don't remember what he did to Marcus Rashford because I believe Rashford was for Aston Villa the starting left winger, and those 2 legs. Dude, Nuno Mendes is incredible. Yeah, and Vitinha, honestly, Vitinha is right now in his form one of the best midfielders in the world. But
What do you-
whole season already, the whole season.
Jeff, what do you want the truth about?
Our truth, wrestling.
There's there's
Yeah,
a few
he didn't-
things out
he
there.
Didn't, he didn't take the pay cut and got released.
Why would he?
I know.
Well, there's a lot of truths that we can talk about, right? Like, so
Which one do you
I
want
mean,
to start with?
I mean, we can do the Inter thing. I mean, there's
Okay.
quite a bit. There's a lot to cover,
Okay.
honestly.
Before we go into the serious stuff, how ironic is it that John Cena said, "I will ruin wrestling," and now WWE is ruining itself.
Yeah, wrestling is god awful this year.
A lot of things are awful this year. Like
Especially-
F1's not doing a great job. Hockey,
Well, that's-
I mean, it's got a
F-
scandal.
F-
Ferrari's
F1 is
stupid.
great.
No, they just make up rules every race. You don't know what you get. The stewards are all in crack.
But F1 is great right now.
I think the only entertaining
No,
thing
they're
about it
all-
is Lewis
The
Hamilton and
McLaren's battling, Verstappen still being there every race, except for him torpedoing George
but I'm-
Russell now.
I'm talking about how like
It's-
just all the regulators in all these sports are meddling with shit. It's
Yeah,
happening in every
yeah, I
single
know, but
sport. Like it's
I-
bad right now.
I know, dude. Fuck the regulations, man. Still, Formula One is fun to watch, man.
It is, but it's
Sorry, I didn't read the whole Discord tirade we had. I don't have enough time in my life to read all of that. But we need to chill, man. We need to fucking chill.
I enjoyed that one.
F1 is in great hands. Verstappen torpedoed George Russell out of spite. Fuck it. We know he did it. And no, we don't need to dwell into it more. Helmut fucking Marko said that. Helmut Marko is the goddamn R word. I'm not gonna say that it's speaking bad about South Americans. And that guy is saying, yeah, Max kind of fucked up. So can we please not see a conspiracy in everything? Thank you.
No,
he
there
said
was-
not see a conspiracy, and then now we're gonna drop the inner news.
Oh,
The
fuck,
Inter
let's
news.
do it. We could do it.
Do you remember what we talked about in the After Dark we recorded? Just as a small teaser, like how tragic is the behavior of our fan bases when they tap dance on Inter's grave?
Yeah.
Who are the first motherfuckers in the comments
And this one.
Us.
dancing on Inter's grave, like saying that?
Well, this is just the latest one that I've seen. This is not like the original tweet.
Oh yeah.
This, I mean,
Juve fans saying minus 15 points for Juve. We want our Scudettos back. Blah blah blah. God damn.
let's see what comes up. I just type in Inter financial scandal. So the touchline, transfer news live. Football
hold
tweets.
up. That's a gold thing. What is it called? The
Gold
gold
Star, Transfer News Live. Yeah, breaking. Enter part of the biggest financial scandal. It's all the same thing. They're part of the biggest financial scandal in Italian football since Calciopoli. A confidential report has revealed that nearly... If it's confidential, how come we know about it? A confidential report has revealed that nearly 300 million revenues from fictitious Asian sponsors from the year 16 to 19 were allegedly used to bypass financial fair play.
When will we finally get an answer, by the way, on how Manchester City bypassed financial fair play with getting over 500 millions in revenues from fixtures Abu Dhabi sponsors?
It's not gonna happen.
It's literally the same, just with Asian sponsors instead of Middle Asian sponsors.
FIGC, me love you long time.
Yeah.
And this is the tinfoil cat, right? And it even says here from, the source is for Foot Mercato originally. While other clubs were punished for less, the Italian Federation allegedly helped Inter avoid sanctions, even amid links to mafia-connected ultras.
So
That's a little juicy if this is real.
It is, but let's talk
Look.
about where this came from. Is there like an official thing where this came from? Because I heard that there was a rumor that somebody wanted to buy the club. They hired a private, financial
investor, yeah.
And this is where this came out. It's an affidavit, right? Like, look, I'm just going to be honest here and be like, this is an affidavit. We don't know any of this, how true it is, or if it's even admissible or any of this before people start tapping on graves and masturbating vigorously to the sight of this. Look, man, I'm just saying, like, for example, this pops out of nowhere. This literally, the club was sold or had potential buyers a year and a half ago, and now this dropped after Inzaghi got spanked, which he did go to Saudi.
because their run is over and it's not worth covering for them anymore. Maybe it's
that's the only thing I can sit there and I can think of.
No, but we don't know of the actuality of the reports. But what I will say in defense of it, like for just a report, there are pretty like spicy details in it that a usual like overall report like wouldn't have that.
My question to follow up with that would be then is who's going to enforce it? Because FIGC isn't going to slap themselves.
No, they won't. When this work gets interesting, right? Like how do they go about this while still saving face? If this is true, like what sort of witchcraft will they do to make this all go away?
Because that's where
I think the point where they would like if there's any like serious or if there's any fact to these reports, I think they will try anything to clean their name.
So, of course they will.
So if this stuff gets actually to court, oh brother, they will sing, they will trash and they will read them quicker than Locatelli did. Than Fagioli did to Gatti.
Because that's where I'm looking at it right now. Is like, is UEFA going to do anything about this? I don't think they will.
It's hard to believe. Like, and that's the thing. How true is this true?
Yeah.
There's got to be something.
Because, like, for example, it's like, all right, it's all over the French media, but that's it.
Well,
it's all over Twitter.
No, the first step would be in a case like this, it gets to. It's the Italian Federation basically that gets first notice and that has a right to review this. And then if it takes a certain amount of time, the next step would be the UEFA as the overarching organization above them. Like as the European football regulator. No, but UEFA's like lately is like, or trying at least to come down pretty hard on like FFP breaches and all of that. They tried on Manchester City, but yeah.
Again, though,
and that's the thing.
City had the better lawyers. I don't know if Inter has.
City probably had better lawyers, but at the same time, this is different owners that Inter has.
Yeah.
Right. So
they're Americans.
Right. It's different. Like it's different. It's a different. Everything besides Beppe Morata.
Yeah.
Look, and that's where it's like, how are they? Because if this were like if UEFA or whoever, whichever governing body pursues this and is able to get some stuff on it, then they're gonna tank Serie A. Like for
Okay,
example,
I'm just looking through the breadcrumbs here. So they got this foot Mercato got it from a French source, and then it got propagated in English from these guys. Is how it seems to have gone down. So maybe it did come from France.
I mean, who knows? They'll just hit intro with statute of limitations, like they did with Calciopoli.
I guess we will find out. Like we don't have like anything to.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want us to start yelling and making fun of Inter and pissing on their grave if this
And
is
then
all
we're
just fake news.
completely
Right?
wrong, right?
I mean, do I want justice to be served? Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no justice in falsely accusing somebody.
Because like, and it's kind of what he's saying here on the comment. Like, Zhang lost it because he couldn't pay.
Mm-hmm.
Like Oak Tree took over because they couldn't pay. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, for me, Inter's already donezo because they lost Inzaghi. They lost Inzaghi. They have an aging squad. Their cycle is over. They're done.
Yeah, they are done. We'll
They're
see.
finito.
We'll see how they react if they're smart and learn from, say, Juventus, and they'll be like, no, we're gonna
If
do
they
proper rebuild.
rebuild, if
Like
they
proper.
rebuild faster than us, I will flip a fucking table.
I mean, that's
No, so Thomas, you are confusing something. He lost it in the first place because he wasn't able to pay the debts. So the company that had the interest, or what is it called in English? Oak Tree has the
Oak Tree.
Yeah, no, but what kind of body are they in the sense of
They're financial management company.
No, sorry. No, it's all good. No, sorry.
Google Translate, go.
Google Translate. Go Translate.
No, all good. No, Zeng was owing money to Oak Tree, and he couldn't pay on that, so they took ownership of the club.
Oh,
basically.
collateral. You're talking about collateral.
Yeah, thank you very much.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes,
and this now is a different case.
Yeah, for that, yeah, that's kind of what we're touching on.
Two different.
Okay, well, this is he's saying here they falsified their documents for being able to register for Serie A 2 years in a row, and VGC allowed them to obviously register. And
yeah, but this is the case we are speaking about right now, and the one that Dash mentioned, like Zeng or Sheng wasn't able to pay the debts
the collateral
at that point, which were around 400 million.
It is kind of crazy though.
And by the way, it's also crazy how they cut them in half. Like, wasn't it like 3 or 4 years ago, like 800 something million? Like crazy how they halved that. But I guess being successful consistently, now we will find out if legally or illegally helps cutting your debts.
Yeah, I mean, look,
would Oak Tree do that shit though?
Oak Tree, I don't think Oak Tree would. Oak Tree doesn't give a shit. Oak Tree only cares about being able to liquidate.
It must have happened before they took
to 19.
the ownership.
Yeah, but it's 19 to 20, 20 to 21, because Oak Tree took over, I want to say last season or the season.
Was it at the start of this season?
I think it was the start of this.
Is it only this season? Feels like it's longer.
It wasn't the summer, I believe. So it
was. They took over after this.
Yeah, we pulled Sal for the video.
Yeah.
Why would you rip your hair out for that?
Do people think Fabregas is a good coach?
He was on my list of things to talk about.
Even if he's a good coach, like we don't know if he's a great coach. Like, why would you lose like any sleep on that?
Como's saying that, hey, we're not letting him go, apparently. So I don't know. Any chance this had an effect on their morals?
Morals?
On the players'
morals.
Morals.
I don't.
They had morals. Dude, that team is done this season. There's legitimately no bounce back for them. I don't really care much about trolling them, but the fact that they lost how they lost this season is probably one of the hardest things to bounce back from. You fumbled the Scudetto, you fumbled the Coppa Italia, I don't think you fumbled the Champions League. You just got fucked. Like that is just a colossal collapse that I just don't think. Like Inzaghi was like, hey, I'm going to Saudi. Like, fuck this, I'm out. Which
26 million per year.
Yeah.
Brother, I need that contract, man.
He's only going to coach for 1 year. He'll only coach for 1 year.
Hey, if there's a Saudi Arabian football club watching the stream right now, I am
Hire
free.
us.
I am available as a young up and coming.
Wallah, bro, we will take your club.
Sports manager.
Perfect. We do the
I'm
training. Perfect. We get it ready. We give us the money, the virgins, and we are good.
By the way, I have to clarify something. During the Champions League watch along when we went through the season, I said they lost to some unknown mid-table club. I was right. It was a mid-table club. They lost to Milan in the Coppa Italia, but it wasn't an unknown team. So I just wanted to correct.
If that wasn't the case, we never got. If it wasn't for Inter, we would have never gotten the Sergio Conceição cigar video. That was epic. But
Hey,
even like the Coppa Italia, they like got spanked 3-0, 3-0 by Milan.
Sorry to that one. I'm not skeptical of him because he has so many different coaching styles. He adapts to whatever team he has.
He's one of the actual young coaches where I'm confident.
He is not narrowed down to a singular football idea. Like he always thinks pragmatism first, stable backline. Now it depends how he will have that at Real Madrid, because they just buy the best players they can and not for a coach's philosophy. So let's see if he is able to build a stable backline with, Trent Alexander-Arnold is not the greatest defender that they're getting now. And Dean Huijsen, we know, who will probably get a lot of starting time. Not the greatest defender, but great on the ball though. Like he has to try to build something there, but I'm not skeptical of him as a coach. But I'm honestly skeptical of Real Madrid's recruitment.
Fresh news just came in.
Oh yeah,
Vega's gone.
Thank you. Oh my god! Thank God. Like not because I dislike him, but dude, that 50 million price tag scared me, man. But watch him now leave for 20 million to some mid-table English team or to a French team or whatever.
Like a mid-table team like Milan.
That would be something.
You know who else might be going to a mid-table team called Milan?
Yeah, but
hey, who's the coach of that team, by the way?
Oh, Max Allegri.
Oh man, I am dragging my balls on Kieza's face for the shit of it now.
How crazy is that? After all,
did you see the Thanos?
We went through,
you see that? I was gonna say, you see that Thanos meme I posted?
My God, how we went like, goddamn. Time heals everything, right? Everybody needed a season off. Max needed a season off. Chiesa had a season off, basically.
He wants Max to tear him a new one.
Goddamn, and they came to terms with each other.
And he's not even going to be the starter. It's going to be between Leao and Pulisic.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, Leao has been courted. We don't know if he's for sure staying.
Yeah, but they just sold that Milan just sold to Johnny Reinders, so.
Yeah, that did happen.
Dude, Milan right now is selling like all the big assets they have. Let's see if they.
Weird because they said they didn't want to.
Like how? Sorry.
Oh, no. And Chelsea's about to buy Maignan as well. They will lose Theo Hernandez for. I can't believe that the reports are only 30 million.
No, he rejected it. He rejected Al Hilal. He doesn't want to go.
Oh, he rejected that.
He did.
Okay. No, but it shows that Milan is there available to sell him.
Yeah, they're gonna buy Cambiasso.
Yeah, they're gonna buy Cambiasso, and that means we're getting Theo Hernandez because he's a true Juventino.
Cambiasso's been a Milan fan as a kid.
Dave, don't forget the jersey he had in the background.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do because now Tare is going to have again the money from Reinders, and then if he sells Mignon or Teo Hernandez, he's going to have a decent amount.
The reports in Germany kind of cooled down a bit. I don't know where Nico Schira, or I don't know which reporter has which sources, but like at the mid to end of May, Lea was the priority, but because of the amount that Milan wants, they still want close to 80 million, and Bayern is not paying that. Now they're trying for Cody Gakpo, if I understand correctly, and a couple of different options as well that are a bit cheaper than Lea. Yeah. And they also try, I believe Barcola is on that list from PSG. Like there are a lot of wingers that can play that. But
Yeah.
I don't believe that Bayern will cater
oh.
to what Milan wants.
Allegedly to Calcio Finanzia, with the sale of Reinders, Milan is expected to end the 24-25 financial year with a profit of 14 million.
You know, they're gonna get an extra 14 million as well because we just bought Kalulu for 14.
I don't know if that's going to count on this or if they've already accounted for it.
Maybe. Whatever.
Oh,
Just, it was a
that's not in this financial year yet, I believe.
Yeah,
might be
I don't
next.
think so.
Whatever. It was a segue. Work with it. 14 mil. He's gone.
Yeah.
Gone to us.
Yeah. That accounts to next season, I believe, when the transfers go through officially.
How many years do you think it's going to take Sassuolo to get the complete transfer sum for Berardi from Juventus?
Probably, I don't know, 2-year contract to Berardi, payable in 8 years or something.
Are you surprised that the Berardi news came back on?
I'm not surprised.
And
But you always get the reports with all the old players that once played for us or that wanted to join us, and we always get those reports, right? That we say the same like every damn summer.
yeah, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the final round does start in half an hour.
You got a dog in the fight with Edmonton. So,
yeah.
What was I going to say? Lost my train of thought because I was thinking about Canada.
Oh, we do that to you, do we?
Dude, I said it a couple of months ago when we had the first reports. Please keep him as far away as possible. That man single-handedly destroyed Bayern's wage bill.
So this is what the fuck,
dude?
Out of all the pictures you could have found,
please, dude, if God is there, and I pray every day, 3 times, please, please, Jesus, if you are there, don't make this happen. He will absolutely destroy this. And it's
you look a little
bad.
bit like him, a little bit. The beard, hair.
God damn.
I remember when he got fired from Bayern. A year ago or 2 years ago?
Don't forget, he is the guy that paid all the money for the list.
Yes,
he bought him back from us.
Yeah.
So mistake already happened once that we bought him for way too much. He thought, I'm better. I'll do it twice.
No, De Ligt to Milan.
God damn.
Yeah, because De Ligt wants to go play under Allegri because he understands that defensive football is.
Dude, I swear he thought he had limitless fun. Like he kind of did, but he thought he has actual limitless funds at Bayern Munich. And he spent whatever he wanted and paid all of that for wages. God damn, he was.
So, our good friend JuvEssentials made a tweet. Exclusive.
Dude, Dash, hold up before. Did you start following him just to read his tweets out?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so
bad. Let me be. I told you, a heel turn, man. I'm the heel of the trio here. I'm no baby face. So he posted exclusive. Players such as Manuel Locatelli, Kefren Turan, Mattia Perin, De Gregorio, Andrea Cambiaso, and Kulu have reportedly expressed their support to the management for Igor Tudor to remain head coach for next season. Mediocre players? respecting a mediocre coach. No, I'm just kidding. Turham's actually good. I don't buy this at all.
So allegedly, Chiellini is on board with this. There's support. There's support from the management, from the locker room, as reported, anyways. That and Elkin. I mean, if he wanted a new coach, don't you think there'd be more? There'd be more right now if we were seriously looking for a coach. Would there not? We're keeping Tudor.
They don't. Yeah, we're keeping him. We have no game plan on what we're doing. There's nothing.
Well, and this is something that came out with the whole Kamoli thing, is that he said, I don't really care about these high profile coaches, it's like, it's about team building.
Yeah, but those guys, like the coaches that he does care about, actually have a system in place of how they do things and maximize player potential and gets things out of it. Not coaches that say my tactic is run faster.
I think the tactic is wait another year and try again for Conte.
No, you're not getting him. I'm sorry,
what
you're
else
not
is
getting
it? What else is the plan?
You're not
Can
getting
you please get a serious coach right now? I don't. God damn.
Who's left? I mean, all the serious coaches are going and doing serious things.
No, I'm fine with Marco Silva from Fulham. People will lose their mind over it, but I think he'd be fine here.
Is that a huge upgrade from Tudor?
Yes.
He actually has a system.
I don't know if huge, but it's an upgrade.
And that's the thing.
Anything
is
an
it worth
upgrade.
the investment? Like, yes, is it worth that investment to upgrade? I guess is more the question.
To your contract, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I don't believe the management think that.
No, I mean it's not like we can cut or terminate the contract with Tudor, since it was like only a year with to the end of the season with an option, so it will not cost you any money to let him go, and you save like his salary, so might as well spend it on a proper coach. Why not?
I don't think you can get Palladino because people are saying Palladino is free. He would have came here if they wanted him. I don't think they want him.
And I know Primo's talked about this.
Honestly, I think I was the only one that said Palladino just because he's free, and I think that would kind of fit.
But we'll ruin him. He's too raw. The whole
Primo,
idea. If
I love Primo, but we got to get over Conte. Conte cucked us this year. You can't go back. We can't cuck again for Conte.
No,
I think we are cucks, are we not?
Elkin might be a cuck. I'm not.
Lapo is definitely.
Lapo is a pegger.
A Peggy.
A Peggy.
Call me Peggy.
Yeah.
We suck. We need Conte. Fuck.
He's not unless you pay him $10 million a season.
No, but I'm not willing to take another Tudor season in order to wait for him or for whoever the coach will be.
But you are, because that's what's going to happen.
That's why
this is your reality now, Dave.
Well, and that's why I will do watch-alongs for other games.
Oh my lord!
The funny thing is the fact that Tudor is still remained as he's still a coach, even though we've aggressively tried to replace him for the last week and a half, goes to tell you that nobody else wants him and nobody else respects him.
Caretaker. He took care. Not great. He brought us through, but let's look for something else now.
He's caretaker Willie. He just yells at shit.
I just hate the argument that people were trying to tell me about it. Oh, he brought you to the Champions League. It's fantastic. We barely made it. We were legitimately a Conceição slip dive away from not making it. What is that even? Oh yeah, yeah, sure, I guess.
We were an HNC slide from getting it.
Yeah. So it's I'm good. Because here's the thing, right? For example, if Tudor had something in place where we could noticeably see, okay, this makes sense, and we could potentially run with it. Because to me, Tudor is another extension of Daniele De Rossi. Right? Remember, Daniele De Rossi came into Roma, kind of kept him afloat, and then he got a 3-year contract. Go figure, Roma.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, start of the season, Roma nosedived. Why? Because De Rossi's not really that good of a coach. And my concern is we're going to see the same shit with Tudor. Because remember with Lazio, everyone's like, oh man, look at this. Tudor caretake the shit and saved Lazio season and blah, 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 blah. And then start of the season, he gone. And that's where I look at it. Like, to me, it's just, again, I don't. He did well with Hellas Verona. Oh, great, fantastic. Guess where they're high? Like, they're a mid-table team, top 8 at best. Fantastic work.
Like
Hell,
Milan?
yeah. Well, watch, Milan's gonna win the title next season.
Yeah, they probably will.
They have Chiesa now. But you look at it, like, for example, with Marseille. Marseille's got the second biggest budget compared to PSG, and the best he could do with them is third. And they weren't even in striking distance. It's like Tudor's career, like, dude, he is the definition of a caretaker. So it's like, I would have been fine if we were playing one game a week with Tudor. Because that's all Tudor's really done. I don't think I've seen Tudor coach in European matches. I don't even think. Did he with Marseille?
I don't remember his stint at Marseille 400%. I just know they wanted him because he was kind of a pressing coach, wanted him for energy as well. And I honestly, I can't tell you how their season ended. I completely forgot.
Because that's where I'm looking at it, right? Where it's just like, and there's a comment here. Why is it coaching of carousels?
It's not called coaching carousel. It's just called the carousel because it's just everyone's moving. It's not necessarily Tudor, but it's
I think this guy's
sporting
new
directors.
here because this is funny because I think this guy's new because he's like,
Maybe.
Klopp and them aren't coming. It's like, dude, we're not even asking for Klopp. We're asking for something simple.
Why are we talking about Klopp?
No, just one of the comments.
No, we made fun of the whole Klopp thing last show.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. That was insane.
Why he should be worse than Allegri? I don't even understand what he's trying to say here.
Yeah. Anyways, Peter's like pressing the pause button. Yeah. But if management get their shits together, you can say shit here. Sort the roster somewhat. We battle for sixth, second all year. The real suffering will show in the Champions League. Sounds like 5 years. How long is it me now? I've lost track. It's been a while. Sounds like the past few years. Same shit. Same shit. Yeah. Pause button. That is kind of a good idea. Good analogy, if you will. Yeah, we're not going to make any real progress, headway. We're going to look the same. We're going to do the same things. Maybe get fourth.
I just don't like having a throwaway season.
I agree.
Because, like, for example, having Tudor is a throwaway season.
Yep.
Because you're not building towards anything. You're not really going anywhere with it.
There should be like to work on some potential or a coach, work on a philosophy, like just see progress in at least like one of the phases, you know. But if it's like literally going into a season with a coach that, I'm sorry, but has no big tactical idea of football, and we go like into games not knowing what we get, like will the pressing work, will the players work hard, and we know they didn't work hard in the last couple of games.
There's that
we scraped through.
There's that, and again, like, why am I shitting on Tudor? Because his substitutions and lineups were atrocious.
He was exactly what we expected. It's not that we're necessarily disrespecting him in the sense of, like, we're not name calling. We're just saying that, I mean, this is what you get. He was a caretaker coach. He took care. He got us where we needed to be, but he's not part of this long-term vision. And right now we have him for another season, it looks like. So it really does go back onto the management that they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. No, and Marco and Eddie are right. Like, the past season was a waste of a season and a throwaway season. We didn't develop talent. or maybe you can say we developed Savona, or those guys made them main roster already, basically. But that's it. Like we qualified for Champions League and like did literally zip. So it was a throwaway season. It's just now we can, or technically we can, because like money will come in like anyways in some way. But we can't, like in a sporting sense, afford another season. Like the more seasons we have where we don't play for anything, are seasons where we get less and less attractive for sponsors, for financial reasons,
Players.
for players, for coaches, for managers, for sporting directors. If we throw away seasons and not reach the Champions League, like you have less, yeah, just plainly like you don't want to sink into those heads, man.
Yeah, well, and the problem is right now is like the market's really thin too, as far as coaching goes.
Yeah,
Well,
because
it was good for like a day.
because the good coaches have jobs.
Yeah, it was really good for a day or two, and then it just dried right up.
Yeah, the coach is not our problem. We've had so many coaches. Yeah, we've picked wrong.
No,
We've picked wrong.
we have multiple problems,
There
and
is.
all of them have the same importance.
It's
We
on
need a
every
new
level, yeah.
We need a new coach. We need new young players with potential. We need more experienced players, which we sent away all of them. Coach, I said, we don't know who our sporting directors are. I'm scared right now because the report from Di Marzio today was that Comoli wants to bring in his guy as a sporting director from Toulouse instead of Tognozzi.
Yeah,
And
that just
that
came out.
scares the shit of me because that's an ego trip again.
You got to
Like,
keep
why
your own
not?
guys, right?
Like, why not use the guy that knows Juventus and did scouting here, or get at least both of them? Like, if you get your club, your guy, still have Tognozzi there. So I have no idea what it will be right now.
Here's my
Like
issue.
we have so many problems. Yes, you're right. It's not coach is not the main problem, but every problem right now has the same importance because sporting wise, like you need the columns and the foundation like underneath the sporting success, and that is determined by the club, by sponsorships, by attractiveness, by young potential, like having the right roster mixture, the decision makers in the sporting sense. Like everything needs to be better.
This is the guy, Victor Bazzani. Worked at Toulouse, one of Comoli's men. Yeah, I mean, it's not Tognozzi. It's which you know what a great job he
And
did.
and
with
that
the
that
youth sector.
and that is crazy to me. After a week full of Tognozzi almost done and blah blah blah, for Comoli to immediately do an
Well,
equal
look,
job.
if he does it, look at this, German Dave. If he does it, he better get it right.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he
we said
better.
that last year. We said that last year,
I
man.
know,
did.
I know, I know.
We're
But
gonna
that's
say
what I'm
it every
saying.
year.
And
Yeah,
doing
that's
this,
what I'm saying. Like, if
and
you want to
doing
come
this,
in, if you want to come in and be brass, you better get it right.
yeah, and then spend money on a new director and terminating the contract with one and paying him out like his 3
Yeah,
years of
$3 million
contract.
bucks. By the way, it looks like it's
the
gonna cost us.
the issue, and this is what is going to be Juve's issue until they sort it out. Until you have a president that is passionate about the club, the name in itself, and doing it the way. Because like
Chiellini?
my issue is this, right? You can't sit here and I need Juve DNA. I want Juve DNA, but then Comoli is your president, your director general, or whatever fucking title that Elkin wants to make. Elkin makes titles like he makes genders at this point.
Do we just call him Billy Bean at this point?
Billy Bean. Like that's the only way. Because like for example, say what you want about Agnelli, but like he was the embodiment of what the club actually meant. Did he make some great decisions? Yeah, he made some stupid ones at the same time, but he was the embodiment of the club, and everything beneath him followed suit until he ran out of money and bankrupted himself effectively. But that's how you do that. You have to set the expectation because, like, for example, from what it is, and this is why, again, I was kind of hesitant to sit there and glaze Comoli, but other people did already, where it's like Yeah, Moneyball, but you don't win with Moneyball. Moneyball didn't win.
No,
It got
it
you to
got
the
them to the
dance,
dance. Yeah.
and that's it. And then it's not sustainable. So if you're, again, touting Kamoli for this Moneyball approach, that's only going to get you so far. And again, Moneyball and penny pinching and that do not work for big name clubs. It might work for a season, but it's not sustainable. It isn't.
It's great if you don't have big budget. So again, and we are going to do a dedicated video on this, but I mean, baseball is similar to football in the sense, like the big budgets that can really balloon out of hand, right? Because unlike most
salary cap.
sports, yeah, it's just gets insane. And
I wasn't Eddie. I wasn't talking about you talking about Moneyball. I was talking about something else. Another reference to it.
no, Moneyball's a hot topic these days.
Is
It
it?
comes up a lot.
Really? That's interesting.
Well, no, here recently, but it's out there. It's a thing. Yeah, I've seen it too, where people just start throwing Moneyball stuff around with reference to Kamoli. The owner of the Oakland A's was a stingy bastard. And he
Still
brought in
is.
a guy. Yeah, he brought in a
is.
guy to be stingy, but like still sell playoff seats, and that's what happened. They never won. They just sold some more shirts and seats. We got to give it up with this Moneyball thing. Like, it's a cool concept. It's a cool thing to study, especially from the sporting business side. And we will cover it because it is interesting. But I think it's just very misunderstood.
It is. It's extremely misunderstood. It's the way that you build long-term success, especially for a big club, is you need to have, because you have 11 players on the field, right? You need 5 foundational pieces. 5 foundational pieces on the actual pitch itself, and then you supplement those. You supplement the remaining 5 with 2 superstar luxury players and then rotational pieces after. Because again, the team funds off the backbone effectively. That 5, that's the backbone, and then the reserve or the supplemental pieces then essentially carry the backbone and assist the backbone, and then you have the luxury pieces that effectively then hammer it home in high tense moments, right? So that's what you need for long-term success, is you need to build your long-term foundational pieces. And I think we have maybe 1, 2 of them, because you don't have a foundational center back. You might have a foundational midfielder in Thuram.
Yeah.
Again, people can get mad at me, but unless Yildiz actually plays as a 10, I can't consider him as a foundational piece as a winger, just because of the shelf life of the position.
Yeah, he's a bit tougher. He's still pretty young.
The whole spine needs to be the foundational piece.
Yeah,
It needs to be the 2 center backs.
2 center backs.
I know we speak always about Bremer, but you need a foundational piece next to him, because that is the core of your team. If they don't have understanding with each other, like, that is the first phase of the build up, and also the last your last line that defends everything. So center back duo is one of the most important positions to get right, and not a lot of teams get them right these days. And then, of course, the next one would be the 6 or the 5, depending on how high he's up the field to receive the ball, and then to work with it and then make his decisions. Right now it's Locatelli. We can't afford a world class 6 or defensive midfielder. So right now it is Locatelli. So
the defense, though, I'd be interesting to see this coming season. Bremer if he recovers well and he's back on his game.
We need to.
And Gatti,
that's
I know Gatti's a little controversial because of his skill level. That being said, though, look at Chiellini, Bonucci. Bonucci was a bit like Gatti in a sense, lower skill, made more mistakes, a little goofier in how they went about stuff, right? It could work. This actually could work for Bremer Gatti.
It could, but again, if there's an option for better, I think you could go for it, because
you always go for a better option. Yeah, of course.
Because like right now, like there's only 3 players that I could consider it, right? It would be, again, kind of what Jeff is saying: Thuram, Gatti, and Bremer and Thuram. Those would be the three. I can't consider Cambiasso a foundational piece.
No, but we have to throw Locatelli in there right now.
And
yeah,
I mean, Di Gregorio, you could probably he's more than
Is he?
serviceable.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
more than serviceable.
No, he is. He's yeah.
He's Italian, and you want Italians apparently. It's a thing. So yeah, I mean, sure.
With foundational piece, I don't mean that that if you ever get an offer that like you can get it rid of him at some point.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone's for sale.
I'm just saying for the upcoming season right now, the foundation Di Gregorio 100%. He is part of that. And then it is Bremer, Locatelli, and Thuram, in my opinion. Then whoever the 10 will be. I'm sorry, but Koopman is not a foundational piece 10 for me. But
he hasn't proven shit. He hasn't proven
he's a luxury. He's a luxury. No, he's a luxury piece.
and then, in my opinion, a striker needs to be a foundational piece.
It's funny. Shervin's like, Gatti foundational piece? Who else? Am I supposed to sit here and tell you Kalulu is a foundational center back? I'm going with what we have.
We don't have anyone right now, and there aren't reports of any the starting caliber center backs. There were by the way there were a couple of reports for a Bosnian defender of Hamburg that got promoted to the first Bundesliga, but he's 26, I believe. Hadzikadunic, something like that is his name. He is okay, but only like second Bundesliga proven. So I have no idea how he would fare in Syria.
Because there's a question if Bremer's.
Hadzikadunic.
I think Bremer will be fine. I'm not worried about Bremer coming back.
There's always that what if.
There is.
You don't know.
ACL injuries. It is, but with how medical science is with ACL injuries and how frequent they are nowadays, most players are coming back. They're not losing too much stride, and he's playing a center back. He's not a winger, right? So I can't envision him having that much of a struggle when it comes to coming back.
Look, we're not. Van Dijk after his ACL tear had the following season the season after coming back from the injury was horrible. But that was also maybe down to Jurgen Klopp and the high line and the high pressing that he lost some of his pace and all of that. So if we are not too dependent on Bremer defending in the high line, I think like defensively and 1v1 duels he will still be good. But it is like we don't know if the explosivity is back and the dynamism that you need if you defend the high line. That depends on the coach again. Those things depend absolutely on the coach and the playing style and how deep or high up the back line is.
So I saw the comment for Gyökeres. I don't want us to spend money on a striker. I'm sorry.
No, we can, but nothing over 50.
Yeah, I don't want to splash hard, and he's linked heavily with other teams. I don't think we're really in the lead for that one in any case right now.
Like for me, it's just like with the striker position. I think that's an expendable piece.
Yeah,
you don't
need to build we need 3 strikers essentially, right? So you can't just dump 75 or 100 million, whatever, just on a striker. Maybe on 3 of them. We got to be careful.
I would do 3 for 50.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get away with it, sure. Like,
if you are able to, I'm just going to use Tudor because Tudor's going to probably be the coach. If Tudor is somehow able to figure out Coop, Douglas Luiz, and all those other midfielders that we have, Miretti as well, because is he coming back this summer or is it next summer?
Yeah.
So if he's able to
no 2-year loans anymore.
If he is able to figure that out, it doesn't matter who the hell you have up top.
That will never happen.
No, we're not getting both.
Do you know the money that you like? David, you get him for free, yeah, but
no, he's saying plus. No. He's saying that Gyökeres is giving him Swedish Dusan.
Get David plus.
Let's only get.
I see.
Okay, that's an added comment.
Sure. I mean, David's hot right now. He gets hot. He gets cold.
Yeah.
How much is he really gonna cost?
My thing is I don't know how Gyökeres, for example, would translate into Serie A.
Yeah, that's a big question I have.
At Sporting, he destroyed everything. You can't deny that. Like he has been like consistently for the last 3 seasons incredible. Like having I believe 40 or 45 plus GA every season the past 3 years. Like you can't deny that. And he's also in his prime, so he's kind of like what you get is what you get. So the question is, would it fare in Syria? I hear a lot of Premier League teams like diverted away from him and trying to get other options rather than Gyökeres. Arsenal, for example, wants Sesko. Chelsea still wants Osimhen. Manchester United, God knows what they want right now. He was favored to go there, but then they, of course, didn't qualify for the Champions League, and they are even more of a dumpster fire than they were last summer. So I don't. Gyökeres may be available for us, but I don't want us to pay that money. But now watch this fucking Sporting management pay those 55 or 60 is the release clause.
Yeah. Well, and like for example, I don't because I saw their shout for Retegui. I don't think we buy any more Atalanta players right now.
He's on the way. Yeah, what kind of deal? He's on his way out, but it's Atalanta.
Honestly,
They fuck with us, man.
And Jeff, yeah, I would absolutely be for it to take. Why not take the punt on Jonathan David? Try it. Why not try it? He's free. Give him a 3. I don't know.
Well, I like
how,
him.
how old is he? How old is David?
I think he's 27.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
that
he's
that age already. I
let's
thought
see,
he
let's
was like
see.
early
No,
20s,
he's not
24
super young.
something.
Let me see what transfer market. 2000. Okay, 25.
Oh, so
25.
kind of
Yeah,
then.
that's actually good. Good age.
Would be a 3 or 4 year contract, right? Basically.
I think so. Yeah, and this puts another like Canadian American on the roster.
It depends on the salary. I would normally take the why not try it, because you get him for free essentially.
And this
So
is true as well. But
yeah, I know, but he is a cheap option right now, right? And also, if we are able to get rid of Vlahovic, if not, we can't afford a strike on that.
Yeah, if you can't sell Dusan, you have to buy two I don't want to say dummy strikers, but two cheap strikers. Because we still have Milik on the roster.
Yeah. He's looking to play perhaps at another club. We'll see if he can play at all. He just disappeared for a season, man. Like, you know, does that make you question what happened to him?
I'm
This is incorrect. David is an upgrade because he's not costing us 22 gross.
That's my point. I'm not. I don't know if he's an upgrade on the Sporting side, but
mentality.
he is cheaper. He's cheaper, so
just the mentality difference. I think alone.
Reduce the wage. You drastically decrease the wage bill and have same-ish performance. So
here's the thing. I used to think that David was basically a Dusan. His finishing was trash. And then this last season, he woke the fuck up.
I know, but he is still weird game sometimes.
He does. I mean, he's...
Yeah, but I'm okay with it if you're paying 5 or 4.5 million.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Like, I'm not losing my mind over it because it's like, all right, we're paying 4.5 to 5. You're expecting 10 to 15 goals.
Yeah.
If I'm paying 22 and the guy's not getting anywhere near 20.
Just remember, Simone Inzaghi now earns 4 million more than Vlahovic per year.
Yeah. Look, and people, you can say all you want about it being the French league, but Thuram came from the French league and lit it up.
A lot of French talent they have the best talent right now.
Yeah, the best young prospects or the best prospects in general are coming out of France.
So he's currently, Jonathan David, I want to look this up, 2 million per year he's making.
Because think about it, right? Like, for example,
he will want at least double of that.
And that's still cheap for Juve.
4 million isn't even bad.
Or 5-6 even. I mean, that's still a shit ton less than Dusan.
I don't think you do 6, but I could see it being 4.
4 easy. Yeah. I'm gonna go 5 plus 2. 5
Because
plus 2.
think about it, right? You get him for a 3-year contract at $4 million.
Mhm.
That's equivalently cheaper than buying an Italian in Serie A, where Serie A is going to price gouge the fuck out of you for it.
Absolutely. And I
I
think
might
like you
think-
put performance bonuses in on it, like
I-
15
I-
goals, give him whatever.
I don't think it will be only a 3-year contract.
I don't. I know.
Now,
So
now
like,
at 25, he'll want it like until the end of his 20s. It's basically his like big contract
5-year
now.
deal. It's a 5-year
Then
deal.
that's it.
So like 5 years at $4.5 million is a lot cheaper than getting again Luca from Udinese for $40 million plus his contract.
Oh, and that's the thing. That's
every
kind of
time I hear 40 million for a player, fuck you guys, man.
and that's the competition that you're going against. So that's why I'm even okay if you say you have to pay $6 million for Jonathan David. If you don't have to pay these other douchebag Serie A teams any extra money, anything extra, it's almost worth the price of admission just to not pay.
Think about it, right? Is Luca worth?
No.
Like, is Luca worth that much money?
No. Me?
Because that's kind of the question that I ask.
I'm sorry, Eddie, but I have right now bigger problems at my club than players speaking English.
Look at
Yeah,
McKennie, man. He's the hardest working motherfucker on the team.
Yeah, how's that working for Chiesa, right? Italian's his first language, and now he's coming with his tail in between his legs, going back to Max after. Oh, I'm not signing the renewal until I know who the new coach is.
Look at Scott McTominay this year. He speaks English as a first language.
It depends on what English players you get.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Just saying, I mean, this coming from an American who speaks English, I thought you'd be like, yeah. But, I don't really give a fuck.
Honestly, we have way bigger problems than looking for which flag is there. And
You're not. This deal right here is not happening.
No, that's still too much. I would do like 25 pops plus maybe a bonus.
Yeah, 25 would be the most I would pay.
Like bringing it 30 with bonus would be like, I don't know if I like it. I don't think he's worth that much.
Diamonds are so here. Let me answer this tactical question. Diamonds are hard to do now with the game being high pressing and pivoting. You get pinched in from a counter press. That's why diamonds. That's why diamonds aren't a thing anymore.
Years. Yeah, it was like a 5 years thing with what's his name from Portugal. Yeah, he got fired.
Inflation is a mofo. Yes, it is, Primo. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why, because I know for a fact they're going to charge Juve 40 to 50 for Luca.
Yeah.
That's why I always say,
fuck Serie A teams.
Buy outside of Serie A. And at some point, when you rebuild your team, then you take care of Italian young players.
Get your
because
Italians from the academy.
if you're not dependent, or if you show the Italian teams that you are not dependent on their young players, then you can slowly do like proper normal deals.
You look, Eddie. If Chiesa tears it up with Milan, then I win. I win. He tears it up under Max, then all the anti-Allegri folks will have to wallow in their misery.
I already know when we do the preseason predictions.
Oh, I'm being
Milan is all in first for all of us.
I am being pettier than a motherfucker.
I don't know.
No, I don't think. I mean, again, if Leao and Pulisic stay, Chiesa's going to have to fight.
Exactly. Primo's 100% right. That is it. That's the players you get for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Primo, if Luca is at 18,
yeah,
I would take it.
I don't know. I hope not, but he plays at the Club World Cup right now.
Yeah, so that is the idea. He's at least here for that extra month. See what happens from there.
Kind of curious. I'm legitimately curious if Leao and Pulisic stay, if Chiesa starts over them.
I don't know.
Because Liverpool had talent and he didn't even see the field.
31 minutes. Okay, we didn't even talk about Modric.
Yeah, we can talk about Modric going to Milan, 1-year
I mean,
contract.
Milan again. I think they're cooking over there, man. Tardy with Allegri now, and like, man,
They actually have a competent front office.
It's like, what's going on? They might actually be, I guess, like the Napoli doing shit the 1 year and then winning the Scudetto the next. That may actually happen. Early signs. But I think that's an excellent pickup for him. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Shervin here's got a wish list. Yeah, Ricci, Luca, Udoge, or Cellini. You are not getting that list.
So hold
So
up.
the national team.
By the way, Richie is already gone. I forgot to where he that is the guy from Torino, right? They got an offer from already. Luca, 14 million. Congratulations. Udogi, I don't know. Tottenham will at least want 50 something for him.
Yeah.
Because he was starting a lot
You should have
this
bought him
season.
4 years ago.
Orsolini, congratulations. Have fun talking to Bologna. And yeah.
I mean, it's a wish list
Yeah.
for sure. None of those names are really bad.
Shakuri Modric, typical Allegri signing. All right, dude. If he came here for a season, you'd be jizzing your pants too. Stop it.
And Komutsu, I don't know. Do you want to deal with Fiorentina? I don't.
And well, I think the Modric thing I don't think Allegri really had
Oh
much
my
to do
God,
with it. He just
I'm sorry, but can we please, for God's sake, stop with Adeyemi? You watched him today.
you triggered Dave.
I'm telling you this for 2 years now. Can we stop with Adeyemi, please? God damn.
I didn't
Where
even
were you
realize
being
it was so
touched,
cool.
man?
He is so bad. That's my problem. He's one of those talented German young players, but he is trash. Thank you.
Is Ricci going to Milan?
I think I have a feeling that's where it was, but I mean,
There were a couple
confirm.
of offers for him. It wasn't just Milan. There was some
I
stuff.
thought Milan was leading the race on that one.
Milan, yeah. I think Milan's in the lead. Just by the quick news search here.
Damn. Modric, Ricci.
Dude, I swear Adeyemi is making a living on just being quick, but technically trash.
Sounds like Chiesa.
It's not even Chiesa.
He's
ain't
not even that quick,
quick.
yeah.
Dude,
Not anymore.
I'm sorry, but Chiesa is a way better finisher than Adeyemi. Way better.
Yeah, and again, how much do you pay for those things? We need the blue collar shit right now. And going back to David a little bit.
And yeah, Orsolini, by the way, I would absolutely take him if you get him here, but we will not get those guys for cheap, man.
Nope.
No,
we should get Coney de Winter.
Stop it. But no, if we have to choose
and sell him for 18 million to Bournemouth in a year.
Then we should get Dragusin and then sell him for 18 million to Tottenham.
I would take Dragusin on loan. Why not?
Yeah. Give me Christian Romero.
Stop it. You know how many yellow cards that is under Tudor?
There's Cristiano Romero is like almost done to Atletico. That fits so good, right? With Simeone.
I know.
God, yeah, that fits.
So Primo, you need 2 to 3 strokes to get DNA. You're overthinking it, buddy.
Okay, so let's make fun of something else. I wanted to just point out how cheesy this looks.
Cheesy, and I don't care because we're not winning it.
We're not going to win it, but they've already put it on Chelsea. It's just like you just slap that bitch in the center, like a sticker. Like, good job, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the old like Club World Cup thing you won. Yeah, it depends on what on how the jersey. The jersey manufacturer.
132 strokes. Jesus Christ, Primo. Oh, there. Let's get her going.
How many of those are to kickstart?
Get him some ignition fluid. It's rough, bro. He said 131 of them.
Like turning the key.
Yeah, he needs a new starter, man. His starter's a little bit old.
Yeah, he might need a new finisher.
Dick jokes. He's like, I'm so angry when it's done. Hey, do you just kind of just like do you just slap it a couple of times, Primo, or
Slap start it.
you just slap start?
But after that's done, everything flies through the room.
Yeah, it just goes.
Old man jokes.
Penis jokes.
Yeah. You know what isn't a joke? Daniele Rugani
Coming back.
coming back. He's on the national team. He got a call up.
About time.
Okay, can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
If the options are Gatti and Rugani right now, who else do we have? Kalulu, not center back. No, not for me.
He's better at the right back. Anyway.
Like we have Gatti and Rugani as center backs, like right now on the books. Who would you start next to Bremer? Honest opinion.
Rugani.
Both of them. Because you'll need both of them. Holy, stop it.
so 3-man backline for Dave.
Hey, why does he got to be zesty with it? He's like,
I swear I forgot him.
He's being zesty too. He's like, Kelly. Yeah, we got Rugani for the World Cup.
I forgot about Lloyd Kelly.
We finally have a competent center back.
I haven't heard anything about DeCilio though.
He's going to Milan.
Oh, is he? I
don't know.
No, everyone's going to Milan. Fuck that. No, but I mean, nothing. We didn't hear anything. If they could just throw him in on the bench for the World Cup, you never know.
Is he hurt?
No, we will not get new players. You know that. Not until then. We will get our players in the last week of the July transfer window.
We have Chiellini's aura. We don't need a center back. That's funny.
Yeah, his aura worked great for us when he sat there with Gary Neville on the overlap and talked Italian tactics while we are trash.
Aura. That's kids. Is that one of those things that the kids have been saying that now that I found out it's already old?
Why is it controversial?
Why is Verratti getting shoulder surgery?
Who? What?
Shoulder. Yeah, Kostic.
Verratti's got shoulder surgery.
Okay. No, but why is it controversial?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Keep Alberto Costa. I would absolutely keep him.
We bought him. He's not even a loan.
He's cheap. He's young. So why not keep? Like if you turn him to for profit, why not? But might as well use him now that he's on the books.
Is it because of the color of his skin that people?
Yeah, they're racist. That's the first thing I thought. There's so many racists. That's fuck.
Is that why they don't like Costa?
That's why they don't like McKennie. I'm sure of it.
Oh, that's definitely why they didn't like McKennie or Danilo.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But we need a starter ahead of Costa. That's my thing. And where will we get?
He will be the replacement for when Cambiasso goes to Milan.
Okay.
Jesus. Staying out too long in the sun.
Dude,
oh boy!
And even then, who will our fullbacks be?
So you got Kalulu, you got Costa, Savona, McKennie sometimes maybe.
Look, all of the three right backs that you mentioned are okay, but I don't know. I don't want to go into a season with those three as my only options. I need starting caliber.
If you're playing wing-back system, which Vincenzo's saying here, you got probably a 3-5-2 or some variant of it. You can put in Weah, McKennie works in there as well, right? Like you can. There's some options. You got Kostic coming back for a wing back. So I think we might actually be okay.
But it
You're playing
depends on.
against like three no one.
But
three
it again depends on system and coach.
It does, of course. Tudor. Tudor's our coach.
Yeah.
The system,
sucks.
it's a some form of 3-5-2 with no tactics.
But Savola gives you 0 offensively.
He needs to stop playing this 3-3-5-3 or 3-4-3, whatever bullshit he's doing, man. Just go 3-5-2, traditional 3-5-2.
Yeah, just go OG with it. And Roland wants to play with 2 strikers. We need to have
No,
a
you need to.
striker.
You know what you need? No, you know what you need, honestly? Like, you run Kolomuani next to Yildiz, and then you run either Cambiaso and Costa as your wingbacks, and then your midfield trio of Locatelli, Thuram, and McKennie, and then your center back trio of Rugani, Gatti, and I'm gonna either Kelly or Kalulu. That's what you do for the World Cup, Club World Cup.
Honestly, I don't. Oh, for the Club World Cup, okay. No, but in the long run, we can't play a 2-striker lineup because
No,
then
you
you need essentially 4 strikers and 1.
Well,
from the
here's
next gen or whatever
let me cook, my German friend. So your 2 waves are going to be again Kolo and Yildiz as your first 2, and then your substitutes would be Bumson and Chico. That's where I would put Chico. I would put Chico as your mobile striker at this.
Chico or Nico?
Chico, or technically, I wouldn't even put Dusan on there. I would just do Chico and Nico.
Okay.
Because that's what I think right now for the Club World Cup. I think that's what you do.
Yeah, no, but I mean after that in the long run for next season.
For the next season, you need
if we keep that, we need actual 4 strikers because Kolo is gone. Vlahovic is hopefully gone.
You don't have a striker.
Then,
No, you
then
need.
we don't have a striker.
Yeah, you would need. Well, effectively, you would need at least 2 physical strikers, which is cheaper and easier to get.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that, like, I think the only way that you're gonna moneyball the striker market is if you just get, like, for example, a 10 to 15 goal scoring striker that's big and you can play off of. That effectively, because then you put Yildiz next to him and then you can maximize Yildiz. Like, that's really right there.
I mean, Yildiz is good when he is in that half space. We need competent strikers, man. We need fucking competent strikers.
Is that mental gymnastics? I just think he's ass.
It says you're still counting on. You're not counting on him though. You're just kind of like.
I'm not counting on him.
Yeah, if he is the last person in the world to be counting on him.
That's why I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me put Nico on top of him. No, I don't even count on him at all.
He wanted him gone 3 years ago.
I wanted him gone since he signed. I didn't want him here at all. People called me crazy when I said Keane was going to outscore him in Serie A. Oh, I'm keeping that win. Hell yeah. Yeah, because that's where I'm looking at it from the position, because I think, again, Juve, and even if I start getting into the history schnob of Juve, I don't think Juve is successful when you have a 30 goal scoring striker, because then again, that limits your offense to one focal point. Where I think if you have like a Giroud-esque striker that has the Giroud role where they're facilitating your offense, I think, again, you would effectively have a more potent offense with Juventus. Because, like, for example, if I'm playing a striker that is, again, a big physical specimen that can win the ball in the air, that can give you all I need him to do is give a decent through ball off hold-up play. Yildiz is going to get better. Nico Gonzalez is going to get better. Koop Myers should get better. So it's like I look at it from that perspective where, you know, I would want to see that, but I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know who we could even get right now that's not going to rob the bank. And that's the issue where I think, again, personally, in my opinion, I think if you're going to look for that striker, you go look in France, or you hope that
like Jonathan David.
Is Jonathan David, can he do that? Like,
Well,
for example, look,
in France, I mean,
I'm going to drop a name here from the qualities that I think could potentially help this team, and his name is Scamacca. like from the physical characteristics and the ball facilitation that Skamaka could do, would
I
be
don't mind.
something that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Am I saying Skamaka's the answer? No. Again, ACL injury, right? Like I think I don't know how he's going to come back, if he's going to have that spring or any of that. But like, for example, what Skamaka was doing for Atalanta the season they won that Europa League title, again, facilitating ball movement, nice, good through ball. He was able to win balls in the air, take a decent shot. So it's like, again, I was a fan of what Skamaka was doing. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL the summer before the season started.
Add him to the list.
But I don't think, again, Primo, Skamaka for Italy is a different story because I don't know about you, bro, but Italy's kind of
Yeah. I mean,
How
kind of like
beautiful!
Juve in a sense.
How beautiful is it that we are all of the chaos we had 2-7-2, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, everything that we tried, and now we are here back again speaking about the 3-5-2. By the way, that is something I had on my mind like 3 minutes ago. I wanted to ask because we have weekly somebody asking about Kristovic, and yet we never see a report about him. So what the hell is that situation? Where do you get your reports from? And yeah, what was it?
I'm saying physical profile, not us buying Skamaka. I want to make that
I
clear.
never read anything about that guy. I wouldn't mind, but where are we getting that info from?
The
No,
internet.
because no, I don't think, because you need a main striker and a dynamic, good dribbler that can assist and all of that. And Müller is too slow, I believe, for that. Müller will only could work if you have an actual producing 10 behind him that can distribute him the ball and make him appear in a decent position to finish or to do the final pass. I don't think it will work with us.
Hey, German Dave. The only German hockey player that matters in the world scored it within 66 seconds, and Edmonton's leading.
Is it Dreiseitel? Because that's the only one I know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. I'm happy for him. Obviously, don't want that filthy Florida team to win. Yeah, Mueller.
He plays for the team you root against.
No, Dreisaitl's on Edmonton. No, he's good.
Oh,
he's good.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jeff's kind of got it. Mueller is kind of slow at this point. Yeah, I mean, he'd be a decent depth piece, maybe, but not as like a starter.
Right now, again, I think the biggest piece offensively for Juve to fix is they need that again. Skamaka profile. I'm not saying Skamaka the person, Skamaka the profile.
Honestly, wingbacks are easier to get right now than ever. Because wingback, I'm sorry, but wingback has become an excuse for midfielders. For wing midfielders and wingers in general, like who can't play defense. That is basically what wingbacks are. Like we overhype the position. It's just midfielders and wingers that can't play defense and need coverage from a center back. So that's it. We don't need to overcomplicate that. Fullbacks are hard to get because those defend and push forward, but wingbacks,
wingbacks, it's a looser position.
Yeah,
and nobody likes it loose.
Nobody likes it loose.
Well,
anything else we gotta
that was
cover here?
actually it. That was the whole list. I'm quite impressed.
No,
actually.
why would anyone? Sane wants 20 fucking million per season. Why would anyone with a clear mind approach him?
Jeff is asking, would we take Rodrigo on loan? No, because he doesn't help the team. We already have enough.
Oh, I saw an Anthony link today.
He will not go on loan. If Real Madrid lets him go, they will sell him. You will not sell your primaries like winger backup who is starting caliber but doesn't see playing time because they have fucking Vinicius and Mbappe there. If they get rid of him, they will plainly sell him, and there are more than happy English team to buy him. You will never see that guy on loan. Endrick is a guy that can go on loan. I would take Endrick on loan. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, Shervin is asking for Voltamed,
Yeah, he started the show with that name, and now
and we're ending it with him.
Yeah, but he got a bit of hype this season. He had a very good season in Stuttgart. Hold up, let me tell you what his stats were.
Zidrova now.
Zidrova this dick. Too soon? Too soon?
So 12 goals, 2 assists this season with Stuttgart, and he was initially the backup and only started playing in the second half of the season.
You know, and that's
14 scores for that is okay, but even then, Stuttgart will demand too much for him.
yeah. Well, I mean, like again, from a stats wise perspective, that is what I am looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, but he will be too expensive. If we can get that guy, for example, for 2025, I'm okay with that, but I feel they will want like 30, 35, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think again, like to the
Yeah, but
contrary.
that was a release clause. That was a
and,
release clause. That's
and that's again right. Like for example, I think again, people can get mad at this take, but I don't think you should spend more than 20 to 25 on a singular striker.
yeah. Because the impact of the striker we get is not that big, so we don't need to splash on that position.
No.
It's most important is to get right now, in my opinion, another center back and a 10. But we will never get a 10 because we are way too focused on making Cope -1. That's my problem.
I hope not. I fucking hope
No,
not.
Gündoğan extended for another season. They got him on a 1-year contract after he went away from Barca and extended for another season, I believe.
So this is a good question, since we kind of themed this the carousel, and we didn't really go through all of them, if you will. But yeah, Roma with Gasperini, and then Lazio, 2.0.
So Al Nassr,
No, Hanko who?
Hansko,
Yeah, whatever. I'm
So
not saying his name right.
Saudi Arabia, or it seems like Saudi Arabia right now.
He gone, most likely. Roma and Gasperini though, I don't mind that. That
They'll
could
compete.
work.
They'll compete for top 4. I don't see them pushing for a title.
Yeah, I think that's about right. That could work.
There's gonna be growing pains from Ranieri to that.
Mhm.
Whether or not it's gonna work, I don't know. Because biggest concern or the biggest question is how will Gasperini and Dybala get along? Because Dybala is kind of like the figurehead of the team, and if he's able to kind of use Dybala as like an Alejandro Gomez, he might be able to do something well there. But I could see them competing for top 4. Maybe their ceiling is 3rd place. Their floor is 7th. Initially, based off of right now, before any transfer moves.
It's a decent team. They just had coaching issues there, but they kind of sorted it out with Ranieri. So if they can keep that,
Lazio, I would say their ceiling is 4th, and their floor is 8th.
Probably accurate. Sardi, I mean, he's been there before. You know what you get with them as well.
He's been there before. The team is fluid. Don't get me wrong. I think Lazio on paper is a fluid team. It just, again, it depends on if Sarri can get them to play where he wants them to play.
He's good. I think Sarri is a good Lazio type coach because he's a bum and Lazio are bums. So it's a good fit in that sense. I like it. And I hope their marriage together lasts a lot longer this time because they're just so perfect for each other.
I don't agree with our ceiling being 3rd. I think our ceiling is 4th, Jeff. 4th or 5th, honestly. And our floor is 10th. Like, if I were to take this roster, what we have currently, and see, like right now, if I were to give you like an early prediction, floor and ceiling, I think 4th is the ceiling.
Well, things aren't looking great, as we've sort of not covered tonight with the lack of connections.
The thing is, You have to think about the teams, right? Like, will Inter fall so drastically, like whoever the coach will be, that we will finish ahead of them? I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's I still
Um,
think they're a favorite for top four.
will Napoli fall so dramatically that they will finish? Sorry, that we will finish ahead of them. I don't think so. That already puts us in third, and then you still have Atalanta, Milan, Roma, and all those teams.
Is
I
Conte
yeah,
still
I
at
will,
think
yeah.
Napoli?
honestly, and next season, I'm sorry to say it, but next season will be even more likely to lose out on Champions League than it was this season.
Yeah,
We
because
have a lot of work.
you have a lot of
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
a lot of like, for example, the only top team. It depends. Again, it depends on what Atalanta put in as
Sorry,
a manager, but
Fiorentina, I don't know, is up there, and I don't know, depending on their transfers as well. Bologna, like, is building a decent squad.
Atalanta
Man,
drops off though,
it's
I
tough.
think.
Yeah,
If
still
they're not
better
getting third
better
again.
than us. Yeah, it
no, I don't.
depends
I
on
think
how
they're
the transfer
gonna.
market shapes up, man.
I honestly, I think Atalanta's looking outside, outside looking in for the top four. I don't think they're a favorite for the top
Well,
four.
especially Champions League. That's going to be a lot for them. New coach, everything. Okay, they're going to have a tough season.
I think right now preliminary Scudetto race is Napoli and Milan.
Yeah, you think Inter's dropping off hard, eh?
Oh, I think they are. I don't, unless it depends on who they get. Like, for example, it depends on who replaces them. If you're putting Fabregas as their
Dude,
manager,
they already got bought themselves a couple of players like Luis Enrique from Marseille, good midfielder, good on the ball, good defensively, like fits exactly Inter's philosophy. Like
who's going to coach him?
yeah, we will find out, man.
But again,
Well,
I still think your top two is going to be those two, and then depending on, to be honest with me, depending on who Inter hires, then I could see Inter being the third team in the mix. I don't think there's going to be a fourth team that's competing. I think it's a three.
Well, this is why we do our predictions in August. Because we don't know.
No, I
We don't
know. We're
what's going
having a
on at
little, yeah,
this
we're having a
point. I
little bit of
know.
we're having a little bit of parity with
know.
this right now. But
This is something that is going to be ever evolving.
yeah,
At the point now, like Juve has done absolutely nothing except hire Billy Bean. I mean, what do you want us to say? It's gonna be like last year. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
mostly shit.
Mostly shit. Oh man, it's not looking good to start with. It's very, very slow start. But I mean, Kamoli did start today. It was his first day, so perhaps now things rolling forward. Maybe next week's show would actually be talking about.
by the way, funny that we talked about Ricci to Milan being on standby. Fabrizio almost gave it a here we go, like it's almost
Almost.
done.
Well, he can't just give a here we go.
Yeah,
He has to give the
could you
almost here we
imagine,
go.
though, Ricci getting mentored by Modric for a season?
Oh man. Very true. Very true. Oh man. Yeah.
So like just because we'll end on this. So like how is Jay Twitter going to react if Max wins the Scudetto? Are they going to say that he inherited Conte's team at Milan?
They are gonna be making excuses.
He inherited Sergio Conceição's Milan and won the title with. God, it's terrible. I kind of hope that they win just so I can look at the cope.
I'm rooting for them.
Don't forget, it started out as Paulo Fonseca's Milan. It changed a lot, man.
Yeah.
When they shouldn't have even fired Pioli's Milan. I am here for it because I want to watch it burn. It is going to be such a great shit show to watch. And yes, I'm supposed to be sitting here and say I want Juve. Yes, I want Juve to win the Scudetto next year, of course. Will they? No. Probably not. Not the way it's looking right now. So if Juve's not going to win, I want Milan to do it with Max, with the chaos, with Chiesa, with old man Modric.
Could you imagine that? Oh my lord.
It's
Max
just,
and Chiesa winning a Scudetto.
Dude,
think about the theater it would get.
I'm not mentally prepared for that yet.
I am.
I'm not
And
yet.
Rick's coming in from Australia. What's going on, Rick? Thanks for stopping by. Allegri won't do
Okay.
shit next. I don't know. I don't know about
I
that.
disagree
Okay,
with that. I
okay,
disagree
okay,
with that.
okay, that is pretty negative.
We'll put some money on it. I don't know. Wait for it.
Look, I'm not putting Milan as high as Dash did, but for me it is Napoli. Like Napoli is the number one option. Inter, depending on transfers and coach, I still think Inter has enough to fight for another one at least. Napoli wasn't great this season.
They weren't. They were
Like
average.
it's one of the lowest points tallies in how many years?
This is what we
I-
thought
I
F1 was going to be like this year.
Forgot the stats. No, but Napoli didn't have a great season. It was just everybody else was shit, and Inter lost it in the last couple of games. So
And for me, I don't think, like, for example, unless Napoli is able to figure out their offensive issue, I don't think they win it again.
oh, they will. They have the
I don't.
They have more than enough money.
I think Milan fans by January put a bunch of billboards up in Times Square saying that they hate
Yeah.
Max Allegri and Conte, who just recently yelled at De Laurentiis and told him to go fuck himself. Will then go to Milan mid-season and win the Scudetto. This is my alternate reality.
No, because, like, honestly, in my opinion, like, Inter should have won the title this season, but they fumbled it badly, like atrociously badly.
But I still don't know if you can call it fumbled with the age they're up there.
Because
Like
they
it-
had it.
the-
No, they had the
I-
league. Like, Napoli stumbled bad, and then Inter just was like, fuck it.
I know, but they were due to at some time like peak and fall off a cliff a bit. But I don't think it is as catastrophic as you're saying. I think they can repair that. Like if they keep the right players with the experience that aren't like culpable for how bad it went, and then you add a bit of young talent on it, like they're doing right now with the midfield talent and
I
an
think the
okay
coach.
coach.
I think again. I think you need
I
more of
don't
a
think
a
they
motivator.
are as done as you are saying. And peaked, by the way, Inter peaked, I know, but their peak is still like, oh sorry, even below their peak where they are now, they still can fight for the Scudetto, in my opinion.
I think again from a management perspective, I think they need a man manager, just someone to kick the team in the ass. Like Inzaghi was kind of like a tactician kind of guy, but like it's
Inter needs hospice workers.
Hold up, you mean Luca for 45 million, KDB who we didn't even approach because we don't do free agents, and Ricci who possibly 35, 40 million to Milan, yeah? Is that what you want to pay for those players? That's why they slip out of your head.
because we can't afford them.
No, even if we could, like, why would we spend 40 fucking million on a defensive midfielder where we have Locatelli right now? Maybe not Fagioli. We have Thuram. Who else do we have?
Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz right now still on the books.
I just want.
Yeah, Luka Modric, same. We don't do free agents.
We can't. Well, even then, where are we going to put them? We don't have room. We haven't moved anyone.
Listen, there's a
By the
free
way,
agent and a
by the
striker
way,
right now.
That would be a
Start
10.
with that.
I'm saying the whole time we need the 10. But yeah.
We need a striker. We honestly just need a striker. We found free agents, go for David, and then we got our free agent fix. We got our striker fix, and then we can go buy guys like Skamaka or whoever's cheap and dirty and willing to plow a field for a few bucks.
Hey, look, I'm going to say this, Tofino. If Max was at Inter, they would have won 3 titles at least.
Oh yeah, probably still would have lost the Champions League, but I mean,
Yeah,
I know, Jeff, it's easy to say, but right now he is there on the books. So, yeah.
Left back.
We have 0 reports
Yeah.
about our players. We don't know what like today with Cambiaso going out was the first like report we had on outgoing players.
Yeah, well, because Vega literally packed his bags and left.
Yeah.
Chelsea was like, no 50 million, no Viega.
Yeah, they want him back. We need to buy so many things.
Yeah, but are we willing to pay 40, 45 million for that option?
That's the thing. It's all about the money.
Like I said, I can't. Like you can find. I'm not saying, like, for example, I'm not saying that you need Skamaka the player, right? You need a profile similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, for the chaos, I would do that.
Oh, if he goes to, please, oh my goodness, could he go to Inter?
Dude, to us, for the chaos, I would absolutely take it. Just inject that into my veins for a season, and let's see what happens.
At this point, I just want to
I
be
s-
toxic.
I swear, if
Can
we get
Alcaraz de Zerbi to come coach Juve next season?
Fino, do you remember when we fought you a couple of months ago? Right now, with the options we have, brother, fuck it, let's go.
I would take de Zerbi
do it.
over Tudor.
Deserve you with that old Inter squad. Oh my god, the world would burn.
Luca fits, but Luca's too expensive.
Oh. And there's a controversial goal there now in the Stanley Cup playoffs. See, all the sports has shitty officiating. Doesn't matter where you go. Everything's fucked.
Everything's fucked.
Anybody interested in the NBA finals? No, right?
I am. I want SGA to lose.
Like OKC versus the Pacers.
I need Indiana to win. I need Halabom to beat SGA, the free throw merchant.
What's the deal with SGA? Like, you just don't like him, or
he likes getting hit in the face by dudes so he can get free throws.
He's one of those that is
James Harden 2.0.
Flopping, getting free throws, using literally every touch.
So no change for the NBA.
No,
it's like this is atrocious.
No, it's getting worse because a lot more players try it because they know they get through with it.
That's why.
Reasons why I don't watch the NBA.
Game 1's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will care. Canadian David's really angry at me saying these Florida teams in the Stanley Cup final instead of real hockey cities. Like Philadelphia.
Because is Philly a hockey city?
Oh yeah. They're bruisers. They're big. They're big enough. They're not like Detroit or New York, Toronto.
How do you guys determine which city hasn't? Or which is it
honestly, like
hockey city?
Or is
it just blue-collar cities?
No, not necessarily, because Toronto's very white-collar, and it's a big hockey city. And it's honestly just where the culture really exists. So, like, Carolina has a hockey team. Nobody cares. It's Carolina, right?
Like nobody cares about their football team.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things. But if the kids are in the town and like you have just the grassroots hockey and you have like the senior hockey, old timers hockey, like it's there. There's hockey bars. The culture is just there in the town.
Oh, okay.
It's like any sport. If the culture is there in the town, like for instance, I went to Florence and I walked down the streets and you see all the football shit, for instance. Right? Oh, it's a football town. Yeah, Fiorentina is a football town. Absolutely. Yep. It's just like that.
Yeah, but is Philly a football or a hockey town? Because they only won 2 cups, 74 and 75.
But the culture's there. And they're a newer one, right? So they're not like original 6 OG hockey town. No.
That's what I'm saying.
The culture is there. I would still consider them not like the primary, but like a secondary. They're still a hockey team at the end of the day. Just not
like, I mean, at least, we've got 11, so like I understand Detroit being a hockey town.
That's original 6 though, of course. Of course. Yeah. The more north you go, the more hockey town it is. Yeah, absolutely. If of course in the States, in Canada, it's just kind of everywhere. Kind of everywhere. Right?
I think you would say probably the Minnesota would probably be where the Wild play. That'd probably be the biggest hockey town. But granted, that's all they have up there.
Yeah, but like obviously New York still is. So it doesn't really matter necessarily.
No, fuck New York.
And the Panthers are up 2-1 now. This is already getting depressing. Fuck me. All right.
On that note, I hate that's the thing.
I don't have a dog in these fights yet.
Yeah, here's my thing. I can't stand Florida teams because of the taxes. That's why they're getting all these big free agents.
No, that's 100% what it is. And Rick, I wore my Juve ball cap, which isn't even a thing that you do in Italy is wear ball caps, but I did it anyways, and it was a Juve one, and I was in Florence, and I didn't get shanked. So,
well, yeah, but you're kind of a specimen, though.
Am I? Maybe it's because they're scared of my life.
We could try to do that in Naples, man.
I think Jeff, the Florida team that's in the Cup isn't the Tampa Bay
That's his.
Lightning.
It's his team though.
That's the Panthers.
Who
Well, are they
beat Tampa? Who eliminated
Gainesville?
them?
Are they the Panthers in Gainesville? Gotta remember when like hockey was like when I was
Sunrise.
following it back then, like before Florida's tax law, Florida teams are like shit.
Trash, absolutely trash. Yeah. No, they're from Sunrise, which is just north of Miami.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's such a Florida name, eh?
That is
Sunrise.
such a fucking Florida name. Tropicana.
Yeah, Tropicana Field. That's the one that got hurricaned, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a baseball field. Hey, at least I have baseball and football to look forward to.
Fuck. And all the funny people here are like, what's going on?
They're like, there's other sports that's not involving Formula One because I'm honestly waiting for Lewis Hamilton to go out and strangle the engineer at this point.
His hands are too soft to do that.
No, but the engineer is so bad, man.
He's terrible.
Mhm.
Like he was already bad with Vettel. With who else did he have? Who else did he? Oh, Carlos did his own strategy. It's like Carlos never did what the engineer was saying. Who else? What was with it? Was it? Well, was he the race engineer for Alonso as well? Ricardo Adami? I believe he was for Alonso as well, and nobody liked him.
I'm surprised he still has a job.
Dude, it's Ferrari. They don't fire people, man.
No, they just promote him to the top, to the principal, like Mattia Binotto, and then they fire him.
Because it's just been terrible watching some of these. I'm just like looking at some of these races, and like I'm like you could literally listen to Lewis like
he doesn't answer Lewis's questions.
No.
He's asking how far am I behind? Well, yeah, if you gain a bit time there, if you do a bit, dude, what is how far am I behind?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple
stand by.
question.
Dude, my favorite was again where he was just like, you guys taking a tea break or something? That was hilarious.
Oh my god. It's literal yes or no questions, and he reads you out a whole paragraph, man.
Well, at least you know Lewis Hamilton sold out for the money.
Oh, it was a lifelong dream. Everyone wants to race for Ferrari. I mean, the money.
I don't.
Helps. The money.
I don't.
Dude, you saying if Ferrari came with 100 mil, you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, but I would do it for the 100 mil, not because I want to race for Ferrari. It's a shit box.
I mean, it's still a top team. Is it winning titles right now? No.
You are overly critical, Dash.
It's a shit box, you know.
He's imitating Niki Lauda from that fucking.
And I know, and also Dash, you're not Niki Lauda. So
yeah, Niki Lauda is Austrian, and he just
like
trashes people.
I was gonna say I don't have a burn on my forehead.
He wasn't burnt at that point yet.
Well, I know not at that point, but
so rough,
the weight distribution and the power is terrible.
The guy's a legend, and you're just here trashing him.
I'm not trashing him. I'm referencing him.
Just the fucking ugly bastard with the burnt face.
I didn't say ugly bastard. I just said he got a burnt forehead. He roasted too hard and got crispy.
Whatever. I wish I was alive to watch that shit, though, man. Fuck.
Yeah, that was
Primo's been dropping old school videos.
I'm not getting a Juve tattoo. Sorry,
Jeff. You got to get it on your thighs when you're just clapping cheeks to look down at it, just to give you a little bit more motivation.
Yeah, like in between the thighs where it chafes.
Yeah, right there. Just like, and then on your thigh, your inner thigh, just have phenylephrine. So while you're just giving those back shots, you look down and it's just like, let's go. Right when you're about to,
Because when you hit 40, you need the motivation.
Need the motivation.
Oh, fuck. Minnesota's the only deserved expansion team. Which one? The original Minnesota or the second Minnesota?
There's a second Minnesota?
Well, yeah, the Minnesota Wild. There's I think about no, I think I'm thinking about something else. Never mind. I'm fucked up.
and I'm tired.
Yeah, and he's tired. And I got all these fucking expansion teams in my head that I can't get straight now. And Florida's still winning, so I'm gonna go be sad somewhere else.
Could you imagine that? How, you know, the country that made the sport can't even win the fucking sport.
I mean, half the team on Florida is still Canadian.
That's not secondhand victory, Dave. They sold their souls to Floridians. They're Florida mans now.
My question will sound like sacrilege, but the Stanley Cup final is just one-off game, right? It's not a series.
There we go.
It's a
Like-
series.
Best of seven. Best of seven. Yeah. Do you know what? That's what it is. Thank you, Minnesota.
Is it best of 7 series?
Yeah, best of seven always. Always.
Oh, then chill, man.
No, I'm chill. Minnesota had the Stars. That's right. It was Minnesota North Stars, and they moved. It was like the 70s or 80s. I wasn't born yet. And then yes, it went to just the Dallas Stars after that. So thank you, Eddie. I need some people older than me once in a while just to remind me that I'm not quite old enough to remember it all. All right, give Saskatchewan a team for fuck's sake. No, they're not going to have a team. They have one team, and that's the Rough Riders, and it's the CFL, and that's all they get.
Bless you.
Oh God, I was just like, I saw Rough Riders and I started laughing. I sneezed.
Yeah, no, Rick, I can't even whatever you guys do in Australia is just fucking nuts. It's next level.
Well, I mean, those guys wrestle kangaroos for shits and giggles, mess around with mambas. They sleep with fucking tarantulas because their cocks are so fucking big.
Go watch
Sorry.
SGA. Yeah, you know the NBA player compilation of this season's fouls he get. By the way, Canadian.
Yeah, he's a Canadian guy. Is he actually from Canada? Where's he from? Toronto?
I don't know. I just know he played for the Canadian national, or for the Canadian national team at the Olympics, I believe. And
Hamilton. Oh, that's his high school. Yeah, he's from Toronto. No surprise. So, which means he's probably from some other country. He or his family is from another country. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Minnesota Wild now. Yeah, but it was Minnesota North Stars back in like the 70s and shit. And the Hartford Whalers. Okay, enough hockey. Let's cut this off. Let's get out of here. Let's put Dave to bed.
All right. On that note, everyone, thanks for tuning in. It is 2 a.m. for German Dave here. Obviously, new folks here, like and subscribe because do it because I told you to. And we shall see you guys on the weekend, maybe, possibly, depending, schedule permitting.
There will be an After Dark coming out. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that one's going to be fun.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I'm hitting the road on Sunday. You may see less of me, but I'll try not to be a stranger.
He will be more naked, though.
I can always do that.
He's not wearing pants, by the way.
Ever. Or socks.
Yeah. I love how we haven't hit the music yet.
Oh,